What's going on, family? Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing The Invisible Man from 2020. Man, this movie, you find yourself immersing yourself into the screen as soon as the movie hits. This one was a delight to see, honestly was. Elisabeth Moss knocks it right out the park. That's why, getting straight into this movie really excited me. I remember back in 2020, this was one of the last movies I saw in the theater before the pandemic started, basically. And it wasn't in the theater for that long, I remember. And, that's the question. Did you see The Invisible Man? And if you haven't, you've been living under a rock. This is one of the best movies in the last couple of years. And did it exceed expectations? This is a uncommon but pretty common story of a woman fighting aggressively against a violent male predecessor or predator, and where the assaults kind of come out of the blue. And I thought this was very well put together. You have here Australian writer and director Leigh Whannell, who's famous as for his writing on the Saw franchises and Insidious franchises. So he knows a thing or two about crafting horror movies. And this is a Blumhouse production, so I was fascinated. This is one of the better Blumhouse productions that I've seen in a while. So after, a clever attention-grabbing opening, like I was mentioning before, he really takes his time in building an understanding of the main character, Elisabeth Moss. Her character's name is Cecilia in the movie. And we get an understanding of her mental state. You got to tell yourself you're trying to come out of a domestic relationship where things, aren't what they seem. Live in this beautiful house, probably don't have to work. You have all this money, but you're getting abused. You're not happy, and you're trying to figure out, damn, how can I get out of here? And they take you through that direction throughout the whole movie, which I thought was unique. When things start to happen, they happen so quick, so stealthily that I needed to hit the rewind button. You know what I mean? When I first, after I got to see this movie a few times after the theater, and had to hit the rewind button a couple of times. No cinema experience for this one was gonna take that experience away from me. But the cinematographer Stefan Duccio keeps slowly panning away from Cecilia across the room to show emptiness when it comes to the corridors before slowly panning back again. And I thought that was very creative because he uses the camera as another character. And I thought that was very unique. It's, I think, superbly done. It's effective, and it was comprehensively pretty much creeping me out the whole movie. It's crazy how you could use just dead space and the way he visualized certain scenes to give it this ominous feel. I loved it. When the set action pieces do occur, then I think they get very exciting. And they're very wildly implausible. Like, I did not see some of the surprises coming. And usually I'm really good at telegraphing them. But they do make you joke. They're definitely worthy of that. It's not just a regular jump scare. It's a genuine scare. And I feel like it really delivered. Very reminiscent to Hitchcock style in his Psycho films. And now I'm most famous for Mad Men and The Handmaid's Tale on television. Elisabeth Moss, to me, is one of the best actresses working right now in Hollywood. She delivered a range of impressive film performances, including High Rise, and as most closely related to this role in Girl Interrupted as a mental patient, named Lisa in that film. And to me, this was a star's turn, no doubt about it. She definitely knocked it out the park. And if you didn't know her name just from The Handmaid's Tale, you should definitely know her name by now. And even her short appearance in Us, I thought she was phenomenal. To me, this movie was intended by Universal to be part of the Dark Universe series, and you can tell by the way the movie ended, and I'm not going to spoil that for you. But the Tom Cruise flop, you know, back then, The Mummy, unfortunately, put that to hold, you know, which is a great shame, because if they started with this one, they might have had a hit in their hands. You know, with post-credits, Monkey, this is one of those movies that would have definitely laid out the map. They could have lined up into a follow-up and started the ball rolling, but they didn't. To me, this movie definitely was effective, especially with the soundtrack by the composer, Benjamin Walshiff. You know, he used this strange tonal electrica to heighten the suspense, and I thought it was awesome. The initial question it poses is, was this haunting enough? Was it all in the mind, or was it something else? And it gets to you. But all in all, it's still a B movie, but it's a bloody good one. Utterly preposterous at times, with decision-making that sometimes trumped the presidency at that time. But it's entertaining. It's definitely a roller coaster. It definitely comes with a recommended view, in my point of view. And you should definitely watch this at some point. And that's my review. Till the next one. Peace.